everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I've got a great project for you today. This is a fleece project, and it makes a fleece blanket that is just so cozy. So this idea comes to us from my tall son, who always ends up pulling a blanket up and pulling it off his feet. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to make a little pocket in the bottom of our blanket so that blanket will never come off those feet. So all you people with cold feet, this is the one for you. So to make this quilt, what you're going to need is basically the height of the person you're making it for plus about 2 feet. So this one is 2.5 yards, and we've used this awesome fleece that is, this is our team here in Kansas City, the Chiefs, and we put it on a yellow background. And let me show you the finished product, and then I'll show you how to use it. So you see here, see how this big pocket is on the bottom of this? Because it's 60 inches wide, it's perfect to pull up on a couch, but then your feet get tucked into this little pocket, and you can't pull that. Your feet are never going to get cold. You can't pull it off yourself. So let me show you how to do this. All right. Now I've got 2 pieces here. These are a little smaller. I'm going to make this for one of Jake's kids. And we've got the same Chiefs. They still love the Chiefs. And this is the flip side that we're using is this buffalo plaid. We're going to put right sides together. So see right here, you can see a little bit of a difference on that. It looks a little fuzzier on the wrong side. So we're going to put right sides together, and we're just going to lay them together and make sure they're the same size. And then we're going to sew all the way around it. We're going to leave an opening right up here on the top. We're going to leave a nice big opening, and we're just going to sew around it. Now I haven't bothered to cut the selvage edge off of these, so I'm going to sew in about 1 inch to make sure that I get that all covered. So let's go to the sewing machine. Once we've got our 2 pieces laid together, we can just go straight to the sewing machine and sew. Now I'm going to line these up right here, and I'm going to go over here and grab my chair. All right, got my chair. Got my sewing machine on. One of the things, when you sew fleece, you need to make sure that your feed dogs are clean, so they'll grab that fabric and pull it through. So let's go ahead and start sewing around here. All right, here we go. Now I'm here to a point where I need to leave an opening to turn it. So I'm going to back stitch a little bit here, make sure that I don't pull that out. And then I'm going to leave probably maybe 12, 14 inches here, a nice big opening so that we can turn this, and we'll go ahead and stitch off to the other side. And these sides aren't perfectly lining up, but it's not really going to matter because we're going to flip it and turn it. Now, in retrospect on this, when I sewed down this side right here, look how deep that selvage is. So I sewed like 1 inch in, and I probably, if I had this to do over, I would have probably trimmed this off because it's such a wide selvage, but I didn't. I'm not even going to trim my seams. I'm just going to leave them big, and I'm going to put my hand in here and reach into the corners and grab my corner and pull it through like this. Just tuck it through. Now, all of this, you know, you can make this as easy or hard as you want. I'm just doing it the easiest way because it's cold today, and we need a warm blanket to keep our feet warm. We had several fun names for this. We thought about the Blipper, which is the blanket slipper, or the Footy, which is the a hoodie for your feet. It's kind of funny, all the different things. All right, this is the bottom of it. And here's where we need to sew our, all right, so here's where our little opening is right here. We're not going to tack any of this down. We're not going to worry about it. I'm just going to fold this up right here, and I'm going to top stitch right along this whole side. And I can make sure this corner comes out a little bit. Fleece is so forgiving. And then we're just going to put our presser foot and top stitch across this top so that we don't even have to hand stitch that opening closed. We're just going to top stitch it like this and do this little side here. All right, I'm coming to the opening, so I need to make sure that my two pieces are tucked in. So when we sew it together, I actually close the opening. All right. It seems to be coming together real nice. All right. Now to finish this off, what we're going to do is make our pocket. So we're going to fold this back on itself, right sides together, about the length that you want to have your pocket. You just need a little pocket so that it doesn't slip off your feet. I'm going to make sure these seams are fully pulled out, and I'm just going to sew straight down this side. So let's go to the sewing machine and do that. And I probably should measure so I know how far to get the other one. So let's see, I've got 17 inches. That's pretty decent size. So I'm going to start from the top up here where I have it and sew to the fold. That way I won't end up with a place that's off. Ugh. Now, I don't know if you know this about most sewing machines, but you can lift up your presser foot, and then most of them, you just push a little harder, and it has a little spring in it, and it will lift that foot up even a little higher, which you're going to need to do on this. Now, sewing through fleece, literally, it's like sewing through butter, so it's not going to cause a problem for you. But when you're sewing through this, we're sewing through, well, let's see, 8 layers of fleece right now. And we just want to make sure they stay lined up. And it sews down. Alrighty. There we go. All right, now we're going to come to this other side over here. And we are going to measure 17 inches on that. And fold that up as well, right here. All right, now let's look at this over here and make sure we got this nice lined up. And I'm going to check my needle, make sure I'm threaded. And again, lift up your presser foot even higher. My sewing machine sounds like, what are you doing? But it still sews, keeps going. All right, now what we're going to do, we're going to trim these threads, and then we're just going to flip this right side out like this. So you have a blanket, and it has this little pocket down here on the bottom for our feet to slide into. And it finishes off your little blanket. So now if you have people who are watching the ball game and their feet get cold, you know just what to do and just what's going to be the best for them. So we hope you enjoyed this tutorial on our Blipper, the blanket slipper from the Missouri Star Quilt Company.